Hello, wonderful mathematicians. Okay, we are on lesson 9-3, Math Journal, page 281. So we're going to be using more mental math to multiply. Remember, mental math is that math that you do in your head. Please feel free to write down any math you're thinking. Okay, these are just strategies we're going to practice so in the future we can do problems like this all in our head without having to write them down. So let's give it a try. It's to solve each number story in your head. Use number models and words to show your thinking. Remember, number stories are our math problems but written into a story. We practice writing those ourselves. Okay, number 1 says the mass of one American white pelican is about 8 kilograms. What is the mass of 16 8-kilogram pelicans? Okay, so before I can even start doing math in my head, I have to figure out what this problem is asking me to solve. So I know that each pelican is about 8 kilograms. Okay, I understand that, but it says what is the mass of 16 8-kilogram pelicans? So I have 16 pelicans. They're each 8 kilograms. So I know that I'm going to have to do 16 times 8 to get my answer of what they all weigh together. So I would be thinking this in my head, but I'm going to write it out so you can see what I'm doing. Please feel free to write it if you need to. Now, I don't know about you. I do know how to multiply by 8s, but multiplying by 16 is kind of a really big number. So let's figure out a way we can break this apart. I know that 14 plus 2 equals 16. So what if I did 14 times 8 and 2 times 8? Because I know what 2 times 8 is. Would this help me at all, do you think? Would that make my problem easier for me to solve? Find this answer, and add them together? Well, I know what 2 times 8 is, but was this a good option? Do I know what 14 times 8 is? Not really. That's still a really big number. So you know what I'm going to do instead? I'm going to use, you know what? 16 is an even number, so I can split 16 in half, right? What is half of 16? It's 8. So what if I did 8 times 8, because we're going to keep this same factor, right? I'm going to break apart 16, but I'm going to keep 8 the same here. Half of 16 just happens to be 8. So 8 times 8, because I'm keeping this factor the same, and I broke apart that 16, and this 8, because 8 plus 8 equals 16 times, and 8, that factor we kept the same. We have to keep one of the factors the same, but we broke apart that first number, that 16. But look at 8 times 8 and 8 times 8 is the same problem. So if I figure out this one, then I definitely know what this one is. 8 and 8 went to the store to buy Nintendo 64. Could I have done all this in my head? Could I have said 16 times 8? Well, I know half of 16 is 8. And I'm going to break 16 in half. 8 and 8, 8 and 8. Let's see, 8 and 8 went to the store, bought Nintendo 64, and now I have 64 and 64. Maybe you can solve 64 plus 64 in your head. Maybe you can't. That's okay. Let's see, what is 64? Plus 64. I just wonder. Start it in my ones place on the right side always. 4 plus 4 is 8. 6 plus 6 is 12. Drop my 2, carry my 1, bring it down. So my answer is about 128. Why is it about again and not exact? Well, because up above in our story problem it said that the white pelican is about 8 kilograms. So it's kind of an estimate, but it's close enough. So maybe you did all of this in your head. That would be fantastic. And maybe you needed to write it down to get your thoughts down. That's fine. Either way is okay with me. So now we have to explain my thinking. So I'm going to say I broke apart, and this apart is one word. I broke apart 16 into 8 and 8 so that I could use the doubling strategy. I knew 8 times 8 equaled 64, so I doubled my answer and got 128. Let's see, I broke apart 16 into 8 and 8. That's exactly what I did. So then I could use the doubling strategy. I even told you what strategy I was using. I knew 8 and 8 was 64, so I doubled my answer and I got 128. Do you see how all of my work was explained in here? That's what I'm looking for, especially if you did all of this in your head. I want to know how you decided to solve this problem, and if you gave me an explanation like this, I would know exactly what you're talking about. Okay, let's look at the next one, number 2. One blue jay has a mass of about 75 grams. Okay, so we already know one blue jay weighs about 75 grams. What bird could have the same mass as 6 75-gram blue jays? Well, before we can figure out what bird weighs the same as 6 blue jays that each weigh 75 grams, we have to figure out how much 6 blue jays weigh altogether. So if I were going to do mental math, I would say I need to do 75 grams, because that's how much one weighs, times 6, because there are 6 blue jays. It's like 6 groups of 75. So I'm going to write it down for you so you can see what I'm thinking. So I'm thinking 75 times 6. And again, I don't know about you guys. I'm good at multiplying 6s, but I am definitely not good at multiplying 75 times any number. So I think I want to break this apart again, and I'm going to leave 6. I am going to leave 6 because I can multiply by 6 just fine, so I'm leaving 6, but I'm going to break apart my 75. So I'm just going to write a 6 here, and I'm going to write a 6 here, because we want the 6 to stay the same. I get that. Equals, equals. Maybe you're thinking, Miss Schmidt, what could we split 75 into? Well, 75 is an odd number. 5 is an odd number. So we can't split it in half to double, okay? What could we possibly break it apart in? Well, I see a 5, and I know how to multiply by 5. So I'm going to do 5 times 6, and let's see. 75 take away 5 is 70. Okay, and you might be like, Miss Schmidt, I'm not very good at multiplying by 70 either. And I would say, oh, but let's think about this, because we've been doing a whole bunch of lessons on this. This looks like a basic fact to me, right? What is 7 times 6? Can you do 7 times 6? 7 times 6 equals 42. Okay. So I put my basic fact up here because I have my 7 and 6, but before, when I drop the 0, now I need to add a 0. So this one is 420. Now what's 5 times 6? I know my 5s really well, so I know that's automatically 30. Am I done? Nope, so since we broke these two apart, now we have to put them back together. So what is 420 plus 30? This one I want you to try to do in your head, mental math. Well, I know that 20 plus 30 is 50, and then let's add on our 400. So what's 400 plus 50? Well, it is 450. So we know that altogether, our 6 blue jays is about 450 grams. Okay, so if I were to explain my thinking, I would say, I broke apart 75 into 70 and 5. Because isn't that what I did? Yep, 70 and 5. Okay. Then I multiplied 6 by 70 and 5, and I added my answers together. That explains exactly what I did in my head and then showed you. Okay, so if you wrote this for me and I read it, I would know exactly what you were thinking in your head doing your mental math, and that would be awesome. But we're not done yet. They don't want to know 450 grams. They want to know what? What bird could have the same mass as this amount, right? Because it was 6 blue jays that were 75 grams each, which we know is 450. So what bird could be about 450 grams? I want you to look back on your bird chart, right? The page previously in your journal page. Find out what bird it could be that's 450 grams, okay? Then write your answer. A bird should be on this answer line, not 450 grams. Okay, I'm going to read number 3 to you, but I want you to try your own strategy for this one. We did the break apart and we did the doubling, so you should have great practice by now. So one house sparrow has a mass of 35 grams. How many blue-crowned motmots together would have about the same mass as 5 35-gram sparrows? Okay, so what do we know? We know one sparrow is about 35 grams, okay? Now we want to know how many blue-crowned motmots all together would have about the same mass as a 5 35-gram sparrows. So if I were going to start this, I would know I need to figure out how much all those sparrows are together. So 35 times, and there's 5 of them. So one sparrow is about 35, but we have 5 of them. So you need to figure out this total, and then how many blue-crowned motmots would weigh about as much as 5 sparrows. So now, once you figure that out, you have to figure out how much the motmots weigh, and if one motmot weighs about as 5 sparrows, or if we need more. And then you write how many motmots. That's a funny word. I can't stop laughing, 3rd grade. I've never heard of that word before. I might have to look and see what it is. Okay, you give it a try, and then you explain your thinking. Keep up the great work, people.